Please welcome from Malaysia, Hoon and Kiong. They are facing.
So, of course, just to remind you that we still have 4 more matches for players being called onto court for the second of our second round matches, men's doubles, and following that we'll have mixed doubles, then men's singles, and finally men's doubles. The second men's doubles, of course, because men's doubles coming onto court right now. So the Malaysian pair battled their way through the qualifying draw. Hoon, Thien and Kiong. Actually playing their first ever tournament together. This is a brand... Well, haven't made a bad start, have they? Not only qualified, but here in the second round. And who's to say they won't go even further? Up against the unseeded combination of Alvent, Yulianto, Chandra and Hendra, Aprida, Gunawan. Indonesians now very experienced. We have confirmation of that. The qualifiers and Kiong of Malaysia up against the Indonesians, Alvent, Yulianto, Chandra and Hendra, Aprida, Gunawan. So there is 22-year-old Kiong. Former medalist at the World Junior Championships in mixed doubles. Playing with Woon Ki Wei. She's been doing very well in the women's doubles lately, hasn't she? 24-year-old Hoon Thien Hao, who has recently been playing with Mohammed Zakri Abdul Latif. And with Latif, he's ranked 26 in the world. Of course, with his partner of today, as this is their first ever tournament, of course, they're not ranked. How many tournaments ranking? Is it 2 or is it 2 tournaments? Nod of approval from my colleague, Ian Wright, former head coach. So perhaps the fact that you live in Malaysia, you can give us a bit of an insight as to why partnerships have changed, why they've put these two together. Of course, we know that Zakri and Tazari have both left the Badminton Association. They've resigned their positions and now competing as independent players, and that, of course, has changed partnerships. But was this a surprise to you, these two to come together?
Yeah, I mean, Hoon's lost his partner. They were looking around for someone for him to play with. He's a very talented player. I mean, we all know that. And they've gone for... It's going to be a very interesting combination. It'll be quite explosive. They're both very, very talented counter-attacking type players. It'll be interesting to see how they get on. There's been a lot of talk around Hoon's physical condition.
Yeah.
As to, you know, the fact he needs to get himself in shape before actually coming back to play at this level, but...
Well, it's a point I know that you and I have talked about previously as we look at the Indonesians, the number 9 ranked pair in the world. They've been playing together for 3 years now, yet to win a title. They've been 7 times, but never actually managed to win a final. So they're a pair that are always there or thereabouts. In fact, earlier this year, they reached 3 consecutive finals of tournaments played. The Malaysian Grand Prix, the Thailand Grand Prix, and, of course, the Singapore Super Series as well. And the Indonesians have been playing a lot of badminton this year. 16 tournaments already to this Danish Open.
Hendra, Aprida, Gunawan, Indonesia.
There's BD of Scotland, of Canada.
Malaysia. Kiong to serve to Alvent, Yulianto, Chandra. Love all.
So the Malaysians, the qualifiers, get this second round encounter underway. And of course, it goes without saying, it must be the first time these two pairs have met, seeing as it's the first tournament the Malaysians have played together. And you have to think, Ian, that the experience of the Indonesians as a pair and the fact that they're both very experienced players. Yulianto is 31 years of age, his partner 27. You have to sort of think that that experience is going to see them through against such a new competition.
Yes, you would think so. I mean, I do always enjoy watching Hoon play. He brings a slightly different aspect to the game. He's got great counter-attacking skills, reads the game very it'll be quite interesting to see how they get on as a new combination. Alvent in particular not had the best preparation this week because I came in on the same. Bags didn't arrive. Been busily printing up new shirts for him and everything here. He's playing in new shoes, new rackets, so it's not been ideal preparation for him.
Now, Bags got lost in Paris, I understand.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I have to say that not the first time that that's happened to players. It certainly happened to me. Having happened once, I always took 2 kit bags and I put half my kit in each kit bag, so I had at least 1 pair of shoes. If both bags went missing, I thought that was jolly unlucky, and it never happened. Touch wood.
Well, the coach always used to say rackets. You can get everything else, but you need your rackets and shoes, so carry them with you.
Yeah, take them as hand luggage.
Yeah.
Very wise. Now, Ian, we have to touch on this subject again about the physical condition of Hoon Thien Hao. And you and I have discussed it on many an occasion. He is a very exciting player. He's got a lot of racket skills. Look, in the best physical condition, you have to wonder why. I mean, he's a full-time athlete. He training centre, I assume at the National Training Centre of it's one of the BAM, Badminton Association of Malaysian Players. It sort of feels that he could really be a world-class threat if he was perhaps a little bit trimmer and a little bit fitter.
I think all the coaches absolutely agree with you, Jill. I mean, I think there's a certain amount of frustration around the Malaysian camp that he's not in better shape. I know Thien Hur's just come in as head doubles coach there, and I know objectives have been put in place for Hoon to get him fitter, but it's not something you can do. You need short-term targets put in place and a long-term program, but it's sad. I mean, again, we saw in Sudirman Cup this year that he's got the potential to play at the very highest level, but there's just that physical element missing.
Yeah. Well, of course, also with Malaysian badminton, they've just announced that Yu Yong Sung, twice Olympic silver medalist in the Hendra, is coming to help with the doubles coaching and preparation. They've especially mentioned of Kuan Tan, Kiong and Tambun, who, very disappointingly for Malaysian fans, they've lost their first round match yesterday, which was a bit of a surprise. And it's interesting that having lost to Koreans, they're now enlisting the help of a Korean coach to come and perhaps teach the Malaysians some of the training methods they use.
Yeah, it's not a big surprise to me because Thien Hur, before he went to England, was a national doubles coach out in Korea. And I know he's got a lot of time for you and worked a lot with him when he was out there. So it's not a surprise to me that Thien Hur, his first appointment as head doubles coach, has gone to you. From what I understand, he's not going to be actually in charge of any of the groups. He's there to assist with the on-court training, give ideas, and really work as an on-court coach, working on specific areas of the different pairs' games. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
And of course, it's an avenue being explored by more and more national federations now, getting in foreign coaches. Earlier this year, of course, Indonesia, PBSI, their governing body of the badminton in Indonesia, they brought in a foreign coach for the first time, and that caused a lot of controversy. But of course, you need fresh ideas, and you know, if everybody's to improve, you use ideas from every source.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it'll be very interesting to see how that goes with the doubles. As I say, it will be Malaysian coaches that actually keep control of the responsibility of the different groups at the moment, and you will come in very much as an assistant, very much as an on-court, we say. But it's interesting, isn't it, with Malaysia, this tradition they've got with men's doubles. You know, they consistently win the World Junior Championships in the men's doubles. And when you go and look at the training in the National Centre, I mean, pairs who are all very, very high level. So we're saying that it's their first tournament together, but the actual sparring they will have had will have been absolutely world class. So,
yeah,
you know, it's the first time I've actually seen them. I watched them in the qualifying, and they looked totally at ease with each other, so too much into the fact it's their first tournament.
So very close in this opening game. One always feels with this Indonesian combination that Alvent Yulianto is the playmaker. He's the one that reads the game so well, and Hendra, Aprida, Gunawan, there he is, provides the power from the back of the court. Wants to hit the shuttle hard at every opportunity, whereas his partner is creating different angles and mixing the pace a little more. Yeah, there's a perfect example.
Service over, 10-9.
Yeah, as you say, they're consistent this year, but that's been the problem with them over the years they have played together. A total inconsistency of result. They reached those three finals, maybe a little bit this year.
Service over, 10-off.
But that very fixed formation sometimes is a disadvantage. It's a clear tactic to try and prevent them getting into that combination. And certainly I think that's the case with these two. Everybody knows it's Alvent into the court. And when they're the other way around, they're quite hesitant. They won that rally, but you could see that Gunawan was looking to back away from the net. Alvent didn't know whether to come in or not. And although they've been playing together a long time, they're not really the most fluid of pairs. There's the new Malaysian head doubles coach, Thien. Chen, his assistant.
And of course, as far as the Indonesians are concerned, don't have a coach because they compete internationally as independent players. Serving to Kiong. The wrong formation, the Malaysians. Yeah, nicely done. What's this man, the 31-year-old from Wangi in East Java. 2 Asian Games medals, a silver in 2006 and a bronze in 2010. First with Yulianto, and then with Mohammed Hassan.
Service over.
Oh, my goodness, trying a very, very difficult shot there, Tanwi Kiong.
13-11.
Yeah, we see their Malaysian pair just missing a little bit of penetration from the rear court. Not the most powerful pair, but in counter-attack they've got a lot of variety for him.
Ready? 13-11.
Just trying to force that a little bit from the rear court. But it was set up by a good cross defence here again. That's good skill, changing the direction, getting the balance, but not able to deliver with the smash from the rear court.
Yes, I've watched Tam over the last couple of years when he's been playing with Mak Hee Chung, and I thought the two youngsters playing together were a very exciting combination. I remember them beating the then world #1s, their teammates Koo and Thien, in the Malaysian Grand Prix event. Why was that partnership split up? Is there an injury problem? Or?
Mac's injured. He's going to be out for a long time, unfortunately. It's quite serious. I believe it's an ankle injury. And he's had surgery and he's started his rehabilitation, but it's going to take some time.
Well, we certainly all wish him well, because he's a very talented player. That's so typical, wasn't that, of Hendra, Aprida, Gunawan. Between the legs, he often tries something. He likes to be the showman on court. So often looks very spectacular to us. Rarely gets much advantage.
Service over. 12.
15-12.
Service over. 13-15.
Well, we certainly knew the Malaysian pair after their victory in the yesterday. 250 kilometres an hour. Put that in perspective, 155 miles per hour on smash. But when they beat the #8 seeds yesterday in Chai Biao and Guo Zhengdong of China, dropped the opening game there. You know, you were talking just a moment ago about they seem to lack a little bit of penetration. But there's still where they place the shuttle.
It was interesting after that, the previous rally, Tam was turning around to what he would say is his more senior partner and saying, let's take the attack and just click the angles down, concentrate on angle rather than power. And I think that's very sound thinking from the youngster. They're not power smashes in this match against this Indonesian pair. They've got to get through with variety and changes of pace and angle. Again, good wins the day. This time it's the Indonesians, guilty of lovely touch on defence.
Of course, Hoon, former world champion in the men's doubles in 2004 with Kiong. Emphasises your point, I suppose, though, Ian, doesn't it? History of Malaysians winning world junior titles in the men's doubles and perhaps not immediately fulfilling that sort of obvious talent.
I think they've won it more times than any other country, the junior world champs men's doubles. Record in it. A lot of ex-world junior champions in the training centre at the moment, in that doubles group.
Well, he got back well. Served, did Hoon.
Yeah, and he hit a good angle as well. Didn't try and hit that one too hard. For space.
Straight down the middle. Lovely smash. Both from the other. 260. Faster and faster. Super defence.
Yeah, and again, it's the counter-attack, isn't it? Well worked.
17-18.
They're both very, very strong and very skillful from the defensive position. Yeah, again, just took a little bit of pace off that.
18
that
all.
forced Alvent into just missed time in the defensive. Pushing it out the side. Good thinking from the youngster.
Yes, and that good tactical awareness has brought the Malaysians back level. Oh, and now into the lead.
This is the other area of the game. Both of them do serve well.
19-18.
And Hoon shot in the last two rallies behind the service.
Oh, that's delightful.
And again, pace-off option works for them.
20, game
Hoon,
point,
good serve,
18.
good third shot. Look at that, forces the lift. Good option from his young partner.
Exquisite. And it's brought them 2 game points. And they've taken it at the first opportunity on a run of 5 straight points from 16-18 down. What a comeback by the Malaysian. 251, that smash from Hoon. 21-18 confirms the umpire. 18 minutes of play.
Yeah, it's not the pace of the smash, Jill, it was the placement of it. They're mixing it up more now, the attack. Change of pace, change of direction, rather than just trying to hit in defence. Causing some problems with more variety. Interesting, isn't it, though? It's the younger one that's taking charge.
Yeah. Well, as I say, Ian, I mean, I was so impressed with him when he was playing with Maki Chung. I thought that Malaysia had a young pair that was going to really progress, and it's absolutely tragic to hear of the injury woes to, you know, I suppose that's sporting life and the cruelty of sport, but he is an awesome talent, isn't he?
Yeah, and as a coach, you like to see the youngsters stepping up, talking about the tactics, entering into that conversation, taking control of the situation. And certainly midway through that game, it was him taking your partner and saying, need to take the pace off the attack here. Don't try and smash too hard, let's mix it up. And it worked very well for them.
Well, are the qualifiers from Malaysia going to cause another upset? Upset in their first round match against the number 8 seeds from China, Chai Biao and Guo Zhendong. Now a game up against the world number 9 ranked pair.
Another well-worked rally from the mid-court there. Didn't get through with the attack, but then went into the mid-court exchange, and too much awareness for the Indonesians.
Service over. 1-0.
He's very talented all round, isn't he? Kiong. Good tactical awareness, technically very sound.
Yeah, and same again there, didn't try and force it. Got the angle, forced the mistake. Well, the Indonesians tactically here. Again, Thien, who took the shuttle late, didn't try to do anything, was content to lift to a good length, and the Indonesians just guilty of forcing the play a little bit.
Oh, that's incredible.
That's good skill off the body again.
5-1.
Be trying to do here to break up this now what appears to be rhythm of the Malaysians.
Well, I think they've got to go in and try and get. At the moment, they're just pushing through to the mid-court player, and they're in a lot of trouble doing that.
Service over. 2.
He's get his head up. Just seems to be a little bit passive in this match so far, and he needs to get in and do what he does best, and that's get control of that front court.
It's landed well in.
Service over. 6.
And this is where you see maybe the Indonesians just miss the coach behind the court. Not a lot of communication at the moment, looking away from each other. Not good signs. Gets the attack. Yeah, and that's where he's strong.
Service over. 3-6.
Gets the attack for his partner. Able to get into that net position, and good reactions.
Well, he's just getting better and better as the match goes on, isn't he?
He's got good skill, isn't he? Misses a little bit of power, but makes up for it with variety. Good skill.
It's remarkable when you look at the world rankings, and Kiong partners is ranked 82 and 83 in the world rankings. But that's because with each of those partners, he's only played 4 tournaments, so he hasn't had enough tournaments with any one partner to get a realistic reflection of his capabilities.
Yeah, he's been unlucky with partners this year. Start for him. And so far, it's a very, very good start. Again, reads the play very well in the front court, doesn't he? Anticipated well there. Again, what I like is he doesn't try to force it. He's got good technique. Stands up, sees the space, puts the shuttle into it. Makes it look very simple, and it's not.
Well, he can be forgiven an error on serve. He's played so many wonderful shots. But his coach isn't thinking the same thing, though.
Well, there we see Alvent trying to get in and do something at the front court, but that wasn't the best choice. Took the shuttle too late to try something there, really.
Service over, 6-10.
Body language of Alvent Yulianto Chandra, very revealing indeed. Makes this error, and look at his reaction down low, head bowed low as well, and it means that there's a 5-point advantage to the Malaysians at the mid-game interval here in the second game. How's your Bahasa now?
This is Chinese.
Ah. Well, how's your Mandarin then?
My Mandarin's not good.
Well, whatever it was, it sounded very positive to me.
Yeah, they had a quick word with Tan about his serve, trying to get him to relax a little bit. He made a couple of service mistakes. I think it was generally keep doing what you're doing, keep concentrating.
So 11-6, second game. Oh, that's short. It was a clash of rackets with the 2 Indonesian players on the defensive shot. Pop the shuttle up. Here's the clash of rackets.
Yes, Indonesians just being outthought tactically at the moment. And they don't seem able to turn it round between themselves. Again, in the coaching, not a great. Well, something's gone wrong there because Hoon was. But now the umpire's asked Tan to serve from the right court.
Well, once again, look at that body language. Alvent, head bowed low.
Trying to make something happen, but he saw Tan had held his position in the mid-court there with his racket up and realised he'd got no margin to play with and made the mistake.
Service over, 7-13.
No, it's just wide. You know, and you've talked about the Indonesians' lack of consistency as a pair. I also wonder whether they actually struggle a little bit with the pressure when they're seeded in events or when they're expected to win matches. Recent World Championships, of course, they were the #8 seeds. They lost to the Danes, Conrad Peterson and Jonas Rasmussen, in 3 games. Number of times I've seen when they've not been expected to do well and they're against what is perceived to be better opposition, and they seem to be able to raise their game. And yet a match like this, they seem to struggle. Is that a fair comment?
I think it is. I mean, they're both very talented players. But even partnerships, they were both prone to having bad days. I know the coaches used to get very frustrated with them when they were in the Indonesian team. And certainly when there's no coach there to guide them when they're in difficult tactical situations like this, they between them, they don't seem to be able to find solutions.
So, the fact that you were talking about that they very much have their standard formation, they really only have one way of playing, don't they? They don't have the ability to, you know, even if they recognise what tactics, they seem to have a way that they feel is the right way to play, and they stick by that whether they're winning or losing.
Yeah, they're a little bit limited tactically, but they're both very, very good players, and
yeah,
probably from an Indonesian perspective, with all the experience they've got, you'd expect them to be able to find ways around this. You know, it's pretty evident what the Malaysians are doing now tactically, and you'd think they'd be able to find. They just seem to be very negative today.
Oh, that's a good return of serve. Perhaps that'll ignite a bit of a revival as far as the Indonesians are concerned. Well, leaving it awfully late.
Yeah, but again, the body language very bad from Alvent there. After this, no, look at him, head down, racket down. So Alvin's almost decided it's not his day. No communication again. Doesn't know where his partner's going to serve it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And a pretty basic tactic, really, Jill. You know, they've moved Hoon around the back of the court. Tan knows his partner doesn't move too well there, so he backs off. We see him backing off the net there. Base. You know, that's a tactic that could work for them.
Five-point deficit. Now only the difference.
13-17.
Good tactical move just to take a time out, or is that, in your opinion, stretching the rules to...
The umpire let them do that, I have to say.
Yeah.
And just lost a couple of points.
Yeah.
There's signs of a shift in momentum to the Indonesians the last two rallies. Indonesians a little bit lucky to get away with taking a break there. Yeah, a very blurred line between what's permitted within the rules and what's gamesmanship by gaining unfair advantage. Well, it's interesting. He's taken more initiative of coming forward now, Gunawan. He's probably right. He probably thinks it's me that's got to do something here, because Alvin has looked pretty negative during the second game. He's trying to change the momentum of the game. That's a poor shot from Alvin again. Yeah, he's struggling, isn't he?
Service over, 18.
The time is running out for the Indonesians because the Malaysian qualifiers are just 3 points away from a place in the quarterfinals. Oh, that's another good return of serve, this time from Gunawan.
And tactically it's a better return. Taking the server out the game, not giving an easy shuttle on the mid-court.
Always push. Yes, really one of those days when nothing seems to be working for Alvent, Yulianto, Chandra.
Yeah, set it up well, couldn't execute.
That's his fastest of the day, isn't it, for Thien 2:58. At 160 miles per hour. Well,
20, match point,
just
50.
haven't performed to the level that we've seen in the past, but that has been in large part to the brilliance at times of this new combination from Malaysia, the qualifiers. Now on the verge of victory, 5 match points.
Service over, 16-20.
Still match points, of course, for the Malaysians. Oh, that's long.
17-20.
It's a bad miss, this. Above the net on the mid-court. Can't make mistakes from there.
No mistake this time from Kiong. He and his partner, Hoon, having battled their way through the qualifying, are now quarterfinals of the Yonex Denmark Open.
Match won by Hoon via Kiong, 21-18, 21-17.
21-18, 21-17. Confirms our umpire. And I have to say, well, there was moments of magic in that from the Malaysians. And the more I watch with Kiong, the more impressed I am with him. There's confirmation of the score. 37 minutes for their victory over the Indonesians. Well, 2 matches played, 2 upsets. Lower ranked players winning both. So that confirms the Malaysian qualifiers, Hoon, Thien, and Kiong, safely through to the quarterfinals, and they will meet the winners. 4 times world champions, the world number one seeds Kiong and Fu Haifeng, who are playing against Fang Jiemin and Li Xingmu of Taipei. And of course, the top half of the draw